Hello, I'm going to, in this video, spend some time explaining the period locking table within IBM Controller, commonly referred to as the XACCLOCK table. I want to discuss this table because of a new feature belonging to Controller version 11.1.1, specifically against Controller Classic, not Controller Web, a product update that has been in the market from summer 25. Now, what is this table? Basically, it's a cumulative log of local reporting activity. So where activity is completed by a reporting entity, this table becomes populated with a line reference for each combination of account, company, submission, period and actuality that has been activated. This means a large level of cumulative detail over time. So the next thought is, what's the benefit of investing time here? Short answer, database maintenance. Over time, the size of the controller database will naturally increase from additional reporting, so the ability to check or delete some of this database growth is the advantage being provided by this new tool. Equally, please note this is not new guidance. IBM have long recommended steps towards managing this data table. For example, Tech Note 620093. This Tech Note and its historic guidance belongs direct to SQL, then typically to IT and the SQL DBAs. The new feature I'm talking about is the placement of task ownership in the hands of the controller user, so the accountants working in group finance, say, and those owning the data. I'd also emphasize what we're talking about deleting here is not the actual numbers or structures, it is log data. Okay, let's move on to the demonstration. So if I go into Controller, this is Controller Classic, and the first place I go is maintain user and single mode. Then back down the maintain menu to database optimize. Here I deselect the rebuild option and I choose condense XACCLOCK. Now, before I run this, I need to make a selection about the period, and it's important here because it's going to be cumulative from whenever this database was started to the period I choose. So the more data or time frame I choose, the longer it will run. So 3 basic considerations before you run this. First, please, I'd recommend you analyze your content in the XACCLOCK table, maybe with your SQL DBAs to work out volume spread over time. Second, to then consider running this in batches, maybe 1 year at a time, maybe X periods representing X number of rows of data. And also, if I return to the controller window, you can consider running this as a scheduled job. Firstly, for out of hours, maybe it's less disruptive to your user base, or also to create a benchmark for how long the process will take so you can plan future activity. So very simple, one time only in this situation, and then I'll forward plan a couple of minutes, execute, run. You can set your time appropriately. And basically, if I then go and look at the batch queue, I can now see a batch waiting to be executed. Importantly, if that is the case, exit controller so you don't cause error from blocking the process. So in wrap up, 2 faults. First, we're deleting period locking information that provides no remaining reporting benefit. We're deleting content on the periods that remain permanently locked. Second, once a reduction is complete, the XACCLOCK table will be shrunk to a single line reference for each combination of period, actuality and submission that has been reported against. And I'll put that on screen to demonstrate and conclude this video. Thank you.